Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, that's the most awkward way to start a video ever, but hello, welcome back. Okay, today I'm gonna be working on hanging my gallery wall because if I stare at this white wall for like one more day, I'm gonna go nuts. Something needs to be hung down here that's not the curtains. So that's what we're doing, and this is my favorite way to hang or to set up my gallery wall. I wanted the space to be used up this big. That is a massive wall, so I have the space. And then the height, you can see this and this. I don't want to go wider than this. I don't want to go higher or below this. So I just put out paper and then I'll set the pictures down and move them around however the style or order placement I want to do, and then I just take the sheet and put it on the wall, and I'll already have like outline for the holes or the, oh my gosh, the command strips, whatever, the Velcro things. I don't have to sit like that. So that's how I'm doing this. I've moved a lot. This is the easiest way to do this. If you have a gallery wall, even if it's a small gallery wall, still do this. It's so much easier just to use the back of wrapping paper. If you don't have butcher paper, I actually wrap our Christmas presents in this because I enjoy that, and I like putting different bows on things and stuff like that. Plus this is way cheaper. And then I can use it for other things as well. Before I continue doing this, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite self-help genre books. I really like reading self-help. I also know that there's times in my life where I need to take a break, but I usually only read things that I know I need help with in that season, or I just want to learn more about. So that's what this first one was. The first book is, I'm looking at my notes because I don't remember authors ever, but it's Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and he's a PhD. One of the reasons why I love this book is because he puts into plain words all of the science, and he's done so many studies, like so many brain scans, and it's just puts a lot into perspective of, this is something that we do the most of, right, is sleep. And so it's good in my brain to learn why we do it, how it's beneficial, how to maximize the benefits. It was also very educational for my daughter. There's gonna be a lot of moving around. He doesn't go into specifics on toddlers per se, but he does talk about kids versus teenagers and what teenagers need, why they're so grumpy in the mornings and stuff like that. So it's just shined a lot of light on things for the future just to be aware of, so that I can have more empathy or less judgment if she comes to me and she's quite grumpy in the morning. I'm naturally grumpy in the morning. I hate getting up with my entire soul, which really the only person who knows that to its core is my husband. Because he's Mr. Chipper in the morning, and I find him one of the most annoying people in my entire life in the mornings. And he just finds me comical, honestly. So anyways, it's just really eye-opening, and for anyone who stays on their phone in bed, or goes on their phone while they're in bed, or just wants to have better sleep hygiene, it will give you more reasons why you need to get to bed or to break that habit. It also really hurts your health if you're not sleeping, and he explains all of that, and so that was also very eye-opening. Okay, the next book is Mindset by Dweck. This book, I sometimes feel should just be read by everybody. It's seriously one of my favorite books because it talks about the mindset of growth versus fixed mindset. So a lot of people you'll hear say, oh my gosh, I can't do that, or so many limiting beliefs, in my opinion, because of social media and what they're viewing all day, every day, and they don't have their own self-worth that they're going out of or basing their decisions on, or not decisions. They're just going with everybody else is doing, and that is extremely limiting for your life. And so I don't know, I just love how she teaches you how to get out of that mindset and into more of the growth mindset so that you can actually move your life forward. Obviously these are like surface level things, not like deep medical issues or stuff like that. This is just, oh, I can't do that because it's too hard, all that kind of stuff, but you want to do it, if that makes sense. So that is seriously one of my favorite books, and great if you want to get into fitness. You need those types of skills beforehand, because then it'll actually keep you in fitness and keep you going when you don't want to. The next one, these are all very popular books, but the next one is Outlive by Attia. This book is just, if you want to know anything about health, then you read this book, because it is, oh, how should I do this? Anything you want to know about health, or especially longevity, which people with cancer really care about that, considering we almost died. Usually those people will care about living as long as possible, granted based on what their cancer is and diagnosis and all of that. It is a great book. It hits all of the not basics, because it's very in-depth. It's also has some medical lingo, but he does, again, bring it down to like a normal person understanding. That one will go over like cardiovascular, a little bit on nutrition, and he goes over weightlifting. He goes over all things to do with health. He goes over all of them. Goes over cancer. He goes over heart issues. Like, this book is so in depth that if you like need to help anything, just get a little bit better, and you want more knowledge than what like your doctor gave you or something, that's just a great book, in my opinion, to start with, to touch all the bases. The next book I both love and hate, like hate a lot. Only because it calls me out on my stuff. Okay, it is How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. So I read this while my husband was deployed, and I wanted to burn the book because it calls you out on all of your, well, I want to do this, and this is how I want to keep my house, and all that kind of stuff. And it says, listen, you can't right now. And so here are some really basic things that we need to do in order to help you through this season. So for example, one of her things is, instead of unloading the whole dishes, all dishes, we are just gonna unload however much space you need for whatever it is that you're needing from the dishes. And we're gonna unload just enough to put those in, and then restart the dishwasher. Yes, it's a waste of water. Understood. But like, it is a season of life, and I was drowning in it. And so reading that book really helped me feel okay with doing less, if that makes sense, which I really, really needed in that season of my life. And so if you're also in a military deployment with your husband or partner is gone, then, and you're like as determined, stubborn as me, that book is really helpful. Okay, the last book is Roar by Dr. Stacy Sims. I just finished this book. I have been working on this book, like, to finish it for so long. This book is one of my favorites because it only speaks about women. So if you're a man watching this, that book will do nothing for you except for help you understand your wife at certain times in your life. And if you're a female, reading that book will help you immensely. Her biggest, like, her catchphrase or whatever it is you want to call it is, women are not small men. We don't function like small men. Our hormones don't do anything like men. Pretty much all studies are done on men, which is not okay. And she goes in and does, or pulls information from, she's also like, all these people are, except for the How to Keep Household Drowning, all of them are by like professional medical, have degrees in what they're doing. Like, personally, one of my requirements that they need to like be educated on what they're talking about. Anyways, but she goes through, she says, teaches you the optimal way to train, how to take care of your muscles while we are deteriorating. She talks about menopause. She talks about all the things. Like, she's mainly talking to athletes, so people that are training for things, Olympic athletes. That's who she's worked with. But she still pulls information for the normal woman. And she teaches you about your hormones and why eating certain things affects your hormones, and cuts the crap with, she teaches you why you should not fast as a woman. Intermittent fasting, horrible for a woman, if you didn't already know that. And one of her biggest things is women are not eating enough carbs, which I totally agree with, because there's just push from the internet to stop eating. Pick something and the internet has told you to stop eating it at one point. And that's just not okay. Because everything can be eaten in moderation. Granted, that's my own opinion again, but still. So yeah, those are my favorite books. If you're a female and not in like a rough season of your life, start with Roar. I'm just gonna give my recommendations on who should read these. I already talked about who should read the Why We Sleep book. Mindset one, that's just for, that book is for anyone who wants to just fix their outlook on life in general. Just literally in general. It will literally help you with anything. Side note, this piece, guys, imagine my mom going up to a building that they are going to tear down. So, and she got approval to do this. She goes up to a wall and just like cuts out hearts from literally the side of a barn and gives me one, because this is where we had our reception, which if you're one of the people who came to my reception, I know everyone says the same thing. It was so cold. That's all they remember. I know, I'm sorry. I didn't do a great job of planning my wedding, okay? That is one thing I wish I could go back and redo. We didn't even do a first dance. I didn't do a father-daughter dance. Like, none of that. It was literally like a hello, eat donuts, they leave. We did the cake, I guess, but that's literally it. It was like, it was so fast. Granted, Logan and I are not very fussy people, so it kind of showed who we are well. So, is that all the books? Outlive I already talked about. It's just general person. And then How to Keep Household Drowning. That is just for the person who is literally drowning, like in stress, and needs to be told that it's okay to not be doing everything, and that's okay. So yeah, I will show you guys my gallery wall once I finish adjusting it, but this always takes me forever because once it's up, I am not getting it down unless we literally are changing the whole wall or something. Like furniture is being changed or whatever. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys found this interesting. I love to hear people's like reviews on certain books, what they're about before, because I hate wasting time on a bad book, in my opinion. I hate not finishing books just because they suck. Or I'm not getting the information I want from them. And Roar was not that way. It's just like I had life come up and I just wasn't reading a lot. And well, I wasn't reading, like my brain could not kick on into educational mode. I need like rest mode. I hope you guys like this video and I will see you in my next one. If you guys have like any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. Or if you guys like these kinds of videos where you're like just coming along while I do other things and we just chat like we're on FaceTime, then like this video so they know. And yeah, my plan is to do one of these on parenting books. That's kind of a touchy subject for the world. So I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that yet, but if that sounds interesting to you, like things I have focused on through like the books I focused on and how I have chosen to parent. If that sounds interesting, like this video so I know. And then yeah, okay, you'll see this completed and I hope it looks beautiful, but this is going to take me forever.